What's up everyone, Soldier First Class here, and today's mission, we are going to be talking about the Final Fantasy VII Remake, its marketing, and is it deceptive? So, basically, what I want to talk about today is the fact that people seem to think that because Final Fantasy VII Remake doesn't say Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, that it is deceptive marketing by Square Enix, that they're not telling anybody it's a multi-game series, that they're not doing anything in their marketing department to tell everyone this is a multi-game series, and I think that's factually wrong. That is completely wrong, because every time that they have come up with something for this game, it has been about it being a multi-game structure. Here's what I want to get into. So as you can see on the screen right now, we have an article from December 7th, 2015. This is shortly after the PlayStation Experience trailer that we got, where they showed off a little bit of the gameplay after the E3 demonstration, where the game was actually announced in 2015. And it is an article that says, and it's from The Verge, it says, the Final Fantasy VII Remake will be a multi-part series. December 7th, 2015. Now, I know that not everybody follows this game as hardcore as I do, hardcore as you guys do. I get that. The problem is, we have something called a smartphone, and literally this information is at the tip of our fingers. And I don't know how many times Square Enix has to say it before it becomes real. So Mass Effect is a series that was supposed to be a series of games from day one, and it didn't have part 1 in the title. So why is this a big deal? Like, I get that it is a multi-part series of a game that started out as a single game. However, this game is extremely expanded on, and yet people still don't know that it's multi-part, and the title is deceptive? Come on. This information has been out there for years, and this article right here proves that. Then we have Final Fantasy VII Remake will be episodic on eTechnics. This was 4 years ago. So in 2016, it was reiterated again. In 2017 and 18, I believe there were articles from Kotaku, and I don't support them, so I'm not going to show them on the channel. But then we have the stage show from E3, and I want to show that because I feel like this is them on the biggest stage in the world. This is the biggest stage in the world for video games. And for some reason, people still aren't willing to accept this, that it's been known forever. So, here we go.
The first game in this project expands on the story of Midgar and is such an
We've got Yoshinori Kitase himself saying this is the first game in a multi-game series, with the first game focusing only on Midgar. This was in 2019 at E3. That being said, after this, and way before this honestly, we had a bunch of YouTubers, a bunch of articles, like I've shown, and look at this. If you type in Final Fantasy VII Remake multiple parts, my video is number 1 on that for some reason, oddly enough. Then we got Night Sky Prince, Game Cross, Fuzzfinger, Final Fantasy 33, Lane Face, Night Sky Prince again, Completionist, me, again, clarifying the episode statement from E3. Now, again, I know that not everybody follows this game as much as I do, as much as you guys do. I get that. Now we're going to go into the consumer side of this. So, as a consumer, it is my job, it is my responsibility to research what I'm buying. I'm not going to go buy a car and be like, oh, I didn't know that this car had this feature. Why would I buy this car if I didn't know what it came with, what it featured, what was going on with it? If you are not willing to read if you can read 40 plus hours of dialogue in a video game, and you can't read a sentence in a description for a video game, something is wrong with that picture, and to me that is on you as the consumer. And I don't want to be that guy, and I don't want to sound like I'm bashing the consumer, and But at the same time, like, we have to be responsible for our own purchases. This is our hard-earned money that we are using to buy this game. So it is on us a little bit to at least figure out what this game is all about. Yeah, you could say that, well, people are going to think that it's the full Final Fantasy VII remade. And you could make an argument for that. But I want to show you guys the PlayStation Store article, the PlayStation Store description. If you scroll down, what do you see? The story of this first standalone game in the Final Fantasy VII Remake project covers up to the party's escape from Midgar and goes deeper into the events occurring in Midgar than the original Final Fantasy VII. It's right there in the description. Then we go over to the Square Enix store, right? Where Square Enix puts all the information that is for their product on their website. And if you look in the description, a spectacular reimagining of one of the most visionary games ever, the first game in this project will be set in the eclectic city of Midgar and presents a fully standalone gaming experience. So we've got every YouTuber and news article shouting it from the mountaintops. The PlayStation Store says it. The Square Enix store says it. So it's the title, right? So we happen to have a picture that came from either GameStop or some game store, and I want to show it to you guys because this is one of the reasons that people had a big problem with this game being multi-parts and the marketing. And I want to point out that right here, the story of this first standalone game in the Final Fantasy VII Remake project covers up to the party's escape from Midgar and goes deeper into the events occurring in the city than the original Final Fantasy VII. With all of that said, is the title really that big of a deal? I mean, for me it's not. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a multi-game saga. We have noticed this since 2015. It's been reiterated millions of times over the years. To me personally, I don't see the title as misleading because of the context that it's in. If it were... Now, here's my thing. If they did this in a way that Final Fantasy VII Remake wasn't being marketed at all, I'm talking like E3, I'm talking news articles, I'm talking YouTube videos, if none of this had been said, ever, and Square Enix was just saying Final Fantasy VII Remake, I would understand that you would be led to believe that this was the full Final Fantasy VII experience. I would understand that. 100% I would be in your corner if you complained about that. At the same time, it is not that is not the case. That's not what we're dealing with. And I feel like at this point in time, if you do not know that this is in multiple parts, either one, you don't care. Two, you're not doing your research on the game that you're trying to buy. Three, well, I don't really have a three, but I guess my point is that this is not deceptive marketing on Square's part. This is them actually telling us on the box, in news articles and stuff like that. So, again, like I said, I don't see this as deceptive marketing. I think that we don't even know what the second game is going to be called. What if they come out of the gate on part 2 and they're like Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, or Final Fantasy VII Remake The Reunion, or Meteor, or something. They give us a subtitle or whatever for this game. Is part 1 not being in the title in the first game really that big of a deal anymore? No. This too shall pass, just like everything else this game has been. And one last point about that. If you're a new player, and you're seeing Final Fantasy VII Remake on the shelf, you're going to look at this and be like, oh, this looks cool. You know, I want to play it. And then when you find out it's got a sequel, you're going to be stoked as hell that it's got a sequel. If you're a hardcore player, after you get done playing the 40 to 50 hours that this game probably is, 40 to 60, I think, which is the entirety of the original game, by the way, I just feel like we're going to be super stoked about this multi-part saga, and we're going to see that it's going to play the way we think it's going to, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, there are some worries. I have my own worries myself, but is it really that big of a deal right now? We haven't played the game, and once we do, I have a feeling that everybody's going to love it, and everybody's going to be excited for part 2. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to omni-slash that like button. Let me know in the comments section below what you think of the title of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and if you still think it's deceptive. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to join the ranks of Soldier today. And for all the latest Final Fantasy VII Remake news, rumors, and trailers, I'm Soldier First Class, and I'm on to the next mission. Later, guys.